Left-wing GoFundMe was just caught in a massive, massive scandal, spinning up fake GoFundMes, fake fundraisers for thousands. I'm sorry, check that. Over 1 million NGO pages, over 1 million NGOs, they spun up to start collecting funds for without the knowledge of any of these nonprofits. And essentially, we're talking about massive, massive IRS and federal fraud potential here. Massive scandal. The only people reporting on it happen to be some local ABC News affiliate. So hopefully you'll spread the word on this. Let's look into the story. By the way, thank you everyone for checking out Coffee Brand Coffee. I want to let you guys know it's my coffee company. We're available on Amazon. Gingerbread K-Cups are now in stock, as well as the blackberry cream and tiger's blood while they last. Make sure you grab those today. All of our non-flavored, our double calf, our decaf, our fall flavors will be back in stock tomorrow. Do me a favor, if you like coffee, give us a try, and then come back, and whatever product you bought, please make sure you leave a refund. If you want a great entry level, I highly recommend just our 004 K-Cups. It's a regular dark roast. It's one of our top sellers, unflavored. It's absolutely delicious. But otherwise, gingerbread, fall flavors, summer flavors, check them out. There's Harry's assistant. Sorry about that. GoFundMe caught creating over 1 million NGOs, NGO pages, and accepting donations without ever telling them. GoFundMe has taken it upon itself to create nonprofit pages for 1.4 million 501c3 organizations using public IRS data, along with information from, quote, trusted partners like PayPal. What does this mean? Well, this means that GoFundMe gets to collect all of this money, right? In some cases, never even give it to these organizations. And what do they do while these organizations have no idea that GoFundMe is raising money on their behalf? Well, they collect 5% interest on that money, of course, or they invest it in the stock market. They literally just, and they're deceiving people because these funds are set up without any notification to the organizations that they are backing. Remember when GoFundMe said that they wouldn't allow fundraising for Kyle Rittenhouse? Remember when GoFundMe said that they would not allow their website to be used for the trucker convoy? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Let's look a little bit of this report.
Tonight, 7 on Your Side is looking into a new product that GoFundMe uses to solicit donations for nonprofit organizations.
Except in one local case, the organization had no idea. 7 on Your Side, Stephanie Sierra.
By the way, why is this bad? It's because GoFundMe is defrauding donators because they think that that you set it up. And second of all, they are charging money. They're making money off these donations. And they're putting in up to nearly 16 or 18% tip on top of every donation that is set to default. So they are defrauding. This could really take GoFundMe down. They are defrauding donators, profiting off their donations, and then putting that money into some high interest yield savings account, I imagine, and making money off of it until such a point in which these 1.4 million charity pages are even claimed, and many of them will not be claimed, almost certainly, just given the large amount of them. So GoFundMe will just have this money forever to use as venture capital.
Is live with the story tonight. Steph.
Yes, Alma and Dan, GoFundMe has created nonprofit pages for more than 1 million charities using public data. But as we learned from a local 7 on Your Side viewer, some of these nonprofits are unaware these pages even exist. Dave Dornless is the treasurer for the Friends of the San Bruno Public Library and the president of the San Bruno Amateur Radio Club. Recently, he got a call from the library that left him puzzled.
One of our patrons at the library wanted to make a donation in someone's name who had passed away.
He says the person went online and found a GoFundMe page tied to the library's nonprofit and wanted to know if it was legit.
It wasn't. See, that's the thing. So they went and saw this. So again, GoFundMe, without the permission of these 1.4 million charities, went and created pages to profit off of them. They profit when somebody tips GoFundMe, which again, most people don't even notice. It's checked on by default. And they also profit when that money sits in some sort of escrow interest-bearing account.
And it's something that we did not set up. We weren't sure what was going on.
Turns out GoFundMe created the page, but Dave had no clue. And he's not the only one. GoFundMe has taken upon itself to create nonprofit pages for 1.4 million 501c3 organizations using public IRS data along with information from trusted partners like the PayPal Giving Fund.
Which really make it easy for nonprofit organizations to connect with our community of.
If they wanted to use your platform, they would set up a GoFundMe. Most of these people who are collecting money, they need all of that money. They don't want to share a percentage with GoFundMe, and they certainly don't want their donators to be tricked into donating another 20% on top of their donation to GoFundMe's profits.
Over 200 million on GoFundMe. And so what we were finding is people were already coming to GoFundMe to organically support nonprofit organizations.
Krista Lamp is the senior director.
She's going to get fired for this. When this gets up to the top, and hopefully it will, Cashel Pambani, this is fraud in my opinion. And they're defrauding people who just want to donate to charity and profiting off of that.
Of nonprofit communications at GoFundMe. She explains some nonprofits will claim the page, meaning the organization has full visibility over donor data, donor stewardship, branding, and how they choose to leverage their page. But according to Dave, both the library and radio club nonprofits were not claimed. Leaving him frustrated, GoFundMe didn't consult him first.
And the fact that they would just on their own build pages for nonprofits that they've never spoken to is a problem. I'm a believer in opt-in, not opt-out.
Based on his comments to us, is there an opportunity in the future for GoFundMe to contact these nonprofits directly prior to creating the pages?
I think the more we can communicate and speak to the nonprofits.
Here's the thing. This is so skeezy. Like, this is just so scummy. I mean, this is maximum scumbag level stuff. They are completely defrauding people who think they're just helping. They're like, oh, I want to help out this library. Oh, they already have a GoFundMe page. Again, I want to be clear. If that library does not claim that page, GoFundMe keeps that money in some sort of escrow in which I am sure they make interest on. They also keep that money that they tricked the donators into donating on top of their donation. And they do this now for 1.4 million accounts, of which I would venture to guess that over 1 million have been unclaimed.
Directly is always beneficial for us. We plan to do even more communication directly to nonprofits.
Why wouldn't they tell them? Here's why they wouldn't tell them. They don't tell them because they don't want you to claim it. They want to build out their website with content. They want to own the SEO for that donation, for that organization. And they want to just let that money sit in an escrow. I mean, this is egregious. This should absolutely take GoFundMe down.
Dave says he struggled to find anyone to contact from GoFundMe about this.
That's on purpose.
He reached out to 7 on Your Side for help.
Only after you became involved, they contact us. They also solicit a tip of 14.5%. In other words, they say, we're doing this and we're great people and give us 14.5% to do this, which doesn't have to happen. And that's what bothers me.
When we checked, the optional tip was actually set for 16.5%.
Think about that. On a $500 donation, GoFundMe is stealing $83 that should be going to that charity, right? So it goes on top of that, right? So you end up donating $583. But if I wanted to donate $583, why wouldn't I just donate it directly to the charity? But that's not what GoFundMe wants.
5%. The consumer is required to move the bar to adjust accordingly.
These completely optional contributions really.
They're completely optional, except you have them set up by default. If you had them set to 0 by default, how much money would you make? How many people would actually slide that slider from 0 to 20%? I'm going to guess less than 0.01% of the population. You have it set by default at nearly 20% because you're counting on people simply not noticing.
Really make it possible for us to offer our fundraising tools, our customer support, and really support our global team of trust and safety experts.
Oh,
The tip would be in addition to a 2.2%
Oh,
transaction
more money.
fee. GoFundMe charges nonprofits plus 30 cents per donation. That fee goes up to 2.9%
Oh,
for individual fundraisers.
interesting. So they don't need the money. They should absolutely take down GoFundMe, no question about it. So it is up to the organization that was never told that this fundraiser ever was created to go find it and then figure out how to take it down. This is a massive scam. Here, quote, they created 1 million nonprofit pages without asking, and we just found out. Folks, buckle up. GoFundMe just admitted it quietly spun up 1.4 million, quote, nonprofit pages using public IRS data and partnerships like PayPal. This is not charity. This is a power grab wrapped in, quote, helping people donate easier. Some nonprofits only discovered their GoFundMe pages existed when donors called them to ask if it was even legit. You're hearing that right. Your favorite local charity or library could already have a GoFundMe page out there that you never authorized. And meanwhile, GoFundMe pockets not only the transaction fees, but plus the, quote, optional tips layered over your donation without full transparency. This isn't a mere oops. It's a systemic overreach by a for-profit platform that's profiting from trust. And in America, these kinds of moves almost never get penalized. Here's where you come in. We can't rely on institutions to police themselves. Demand institutions be held accountable. Ask nonprofits you follow, do you ever make revenue via unauthorized platforms? Share this post, make noise, call out GoFundMe, tag your local charity. Look, I'm telling, Pam Bondi and Cash Patel are tagged in this. I'm going to tag them when I post this video. Hopefully you'll share it on X and Facebook. This is an absolute scandal, and GoFundMe should be shut down for this. I hope you were informed by this. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you'll check out Coffee Brand Coffee, link in the description. And remember, if you already bought something from us, please go back to the product, click on it, scroll down, and to the part where you can leave a review. And we definitely need, hundreds of more reviews. I know thousands of people have bought, so hopefully you'll come back and leave some reviews, and we'll talk to you again real soon.